There's no way for me to explain fully the way my husband looked when he said the word emergency. But I think that I should go back a little bit further before I describe that. I fight with him. I fight with him a lot. I push him and I yell at him, and I not push him physically. I push him to, you can move your legs. You can move your arms. And I yell at him. I yell at him. You can reach for that drink. You are able. And I try to make him realize that he is in there. And sometimes it works, and sometimes I just feel like a bully. And it's not the greatest thing. Last night we talked about separating because I am not happy with the way our lives are progressing. But I need him. I love him. And he needs me. And I think as we proceed into this journey, he realizes that to be away from me for the sake of comedy, is not a 1 + 1 equation. He needs the things that go on, and that's why I yell, I do, and then I am exhausted, and then after we, had this shitty day yesterday, I went to sleep, and I did not take any medicine, but I was just dead. I was dead tired, and at some point in the nighttime, there was a noise, and I just rolled over because I didn't think much of it. Generally, I would yell out, "Are you okay?" And then he'll respond, but I just didn't. And I guess in between the time of that noise and the word emergency, he cleaned up the kitchen, and he put away the broken dishes, and he mopped the floor to get all the blood away, and then he limped over to his bedroom, and he sat there, and he said the word emergency. And I got out of bed. I got out of bed so fast, and I jumped into his room. I think it was like one long leg that pulled me into the next room, and it was incredible. And I stood there, and I saw his face, and I was broken. I was broken to see him like that, because how much can this man endure? He had earlier in the daytime, he had 2 great conversations, one with an old friend who does a TV show, who we've known, since 2007 and maybe longer. The gentleman admires my husband, and he always has the kindest things to say. And then the other one was a new friend who thinks Rick is just peanut butter and jelly, and he's just, he's a cool dude. So it was a good day for him, a good day of hope and wanting. So when he yelled the word emergency, I knew that he was crushed as well. And I went into his room, and I saw his face, and I begged him, please let me call the ambulance. And he's like, no, I'm fine, as the blood is gushing from his forehead. Please let me call the ambulance. And then I did, and because he said I could, and then I did. And it turns out that he needed 5 stitches in his forehead, and 1 in his lip, and 1 in his chin, and a whole bunch of glue wounds. And then the CT scan came back, and he's got a broken nose. And now my husband is lying in bed, just medicated and asleep. And I just, does it take something like that to say, I'm so sorry, I push you, I'm so sorry, I love you so much, and I want the best for you. I don't want this marriage to end, and I don't want you to leave. But then is it also, I don't know, but I just had to get that out, because if I lose, the purpose of doing this is to capture the emotion of these moments, these horrible moments, of sitting in the pharmacy waiting for the morphine pills to be, filled, the prescription to be filled, and just crying while sitting in the seat. These are the moments that needs to be captured and shared, so that we know that we are not alone as we go through this journey of caretaking. I think the whole thing about, we fight and we fight and we fight and we curse and we say that we want it to end, but the continuation of the fight for each other is greater.
Now, the cool little tidbit about all of this is that over the course of the 15 or 16 years we've been together, we have tried to separate 100 times. Not really like, yeah, we've really, yeah, we have. We have tried to separate. And not to bring any form of religiosity into this, but every time he has tried to leave me, some kind of accident has happened. And I can't go back and name like every accident, but the biggest one was the car accident. We were done, we were over. And in 2007, he had moved out. We weren't speaking. I was in a bad state. It was just, it was done. It was done. And he gets into this car, and he had moved in with another girl, and he gets into this car accident, and the next thing you know, I get a phone call from the girl he's living with saying something's wrong with him. And I'm like, I'm not the girlfriend anymore. But I have told him time and time again, every time we go to end this, God or a higher power interferes and brings him back to me. So it's like, you're leaving me? God takes a hammer and he's like, boom. Nope, go back to her. She needs to fix this. Nope, go back to her. She needs to fix this. Smack, boom, smack. Go back to her. And I kept telling him, like, each time you go to leave, God makes the injury a little bit worse. So it's like, no, I'm going to give you a head injury. Nope, I'm going to give you, another head injury. Nope, now I'm going to give you, you haven't listened to me, so here's Parkinson's. No, here's another head injury. Oh, no, you're not going anywhere. Here is another injury. And now, again, we are about to end it, and he gets another head injury. And I just think it's kind of crazy that we've never actually been able to separate. It's as if there is a divine intervention keeping us together, intervening on the breakup, making sure that we stay together. So I just think that that's really super interesting. The other part about this is that I had to go to work this morning, and the woman who takes care of him, that helps out, I sent her a text message at 6:30. Now I know she's got 5 grandchildren and multiple other children and lots of things going on in her life, and it's a weekend, and she's not due at our house until 11:30. So I know, I'm fully in touch with that fact. But at 6:30, when I was sitting in the hospital, I sent her a message just saying, hey, is there any chance you can come at 11 and be with him because he fell? And she's like, I don't know if I can do it. She's like, let me check with this daughter, and let me check with this daughter and make sure that everything is okay. And I said, that's fine. I understand. I'm leaving at 11:15, and you'll be here at 11:30, and if you can't make it here, I understand. Anyway, at 10:15, she was at my house. And it's those things, it's those relationships that are developed during times of, the caretaker is not just you hope that they are not just a paid employee. You hope that they don't just sit on the couch and make sure that his soup is warm. You hope that they are involved, and that they grow to love him, and that you grow to love them, and that a relationship starts and stays. And this is why this woman has been with me for 2 years, because when I sent the picture of his face to her after the injury, she showed up at 10:15, and I was able to show her, these are the medicines, this is what's going on, this is what you're going to expect. here are some, ways to get around this or that. And she, what else she did? She washed all of the dishes that had blood on them. She washed the floor. She did all of the laundry that had the blood on it. She separated the towels from the ones that were the most bloody to the ones that were just needed to be cleaned. Then she washed all the dishes, she washed the floor, and she made sure that he was just, as peaceful as possible. Now, he was not peaceful at all, because I think he, as I explained to him and her, I said, I think he had that heightened anxiety, that heightened fear, anxiety going through his, his system, kind of like a fight or flight type of anxiety, because she said he just didn't lay down, and the moment I walked in the door he went to sleep. So I think it was just a very much a fear thing that is now at peace. It's also interesting to see how his bruising is coming out, because the doctor said, he does have a black, he did break his nose, so he will have like, 2 black eyes, and no, it's coming out, and I'm waiting for some of that swelling to go down, but, right now he's just focusing on pain pills and sleeping, and that's fine. That's just fine. Anyway, I love this man, and for as much as I will want him to leave, I want him to stay twice as much. And I am so grateful for the woman that helps us. And I am so grateful for my mom for bringing him a smoothie to keep his mouth nice and cold, because he's got all that injury to the inside of his mouth as well. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Bye.